We are live. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Positive Vibes. It's your girl Trey Lou here in studio, and I have with me a great professional. I have Dr. Holyfield, the CEO of Phalanx Training Academy, in his office, and we're going to be talking about some great things. We have some great surprises, not surprises, but we have some great information. We have some great video for you guys today. It's just truly a great day to be alive. It's a great day to share this information with you, and for not just you, your corporations, your businesses, your events, your venues, your households. Welcome to the stage, Dr. Holyfield.
Well, good morning, Agent Lewis, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You know what, Dr. Holyfield, let's first talk about Phalanx Training Academy. When was Phalanx Training Academy birthed and why?
Phalanx Training Academy was birthed back in, I brought it out here to Georgia back in 2007 is when I brought it out here from Alabama, from Montgomery, Alabama. And it has been in full swing ever since. Phalanx Training Academy is a full service security academy and offering training in executive protection, specializing in executive protection, but also offering training in security guard, private detective investigations, emergency tactical first aid, all firearms training, requalifications as well, handcuffing, baton, taser. So everything that falls under the umbrella of security is what Phalanx offers.
So then I know that I've heard through the grapevine, through a little bird, that there's going to be a great event that's happening on September 18th. Let's talk about this great event and what it means for people that want to get more information that should show up to this event. Let's talk about this event.
Roger that. Every year we hold a close quarter combat seminar, and this is very unique. It's also called the Gathering of the Grand Masters. Now, this is set for September 18th, 2021 in Atlanta at the DoubleTree Hotel by Hilton. Okay. This is going to be an all-day event. We will have special guests, some of the top grand masters and martial artists, self-defense instructors from around the country. This is very unique. We're going to be and those of you who come to this seminar will actually be able to train with some of the top grand masters from around the country. This is an all-day event. It runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening. And you can get more detailed information by going to our website, which is scrolling at the bottom of your screen, phalanxta.com, and click on the Close Quarter Combat link for details on registration and payment.
And also, so that if someone doesn't know, what does close quarter combat, what does that mean?
So close quarter combat is just another term. You might even say it's a military term for close quarter, for unarmed defense. Okay, unarmed self-defense is what this is. Okay, so we're going to teach you all facets of unarmed self-defense: defense against a punch attack, defense against a kick attack, defense against being grabbed, ground fighting tactics, pressure point control tactics. So anything dealing with a close engagement with someone else, being hostile or physically attacking or assaulting you, how to manage that, and how to defend yourself against such an attack.
This sounds like a great event that women should want to attend. It sounds like, with a lot, like 90% of the women, or 90% of people, majority women, that are normally attacked in a close combat situation where someone comes up and they, either grab hold of them from the back, grab hold of them from the side, or whatever the case may be, but it's close, it's a close combat. So this sounds like an event that would be a great event for women to gain knowledge as to how they can combat a situation, whether even if they're with their kids, because a lot of women are attacked when their focus is not when their focus is off of themselves and like on their kids or on their grandmother or on something else besides themselves.
Well, that's a very important point that you bring up. The mindset is the number one important thing to remember in any close quarter combat or self-defense situation. Why is that? Okay, if you don't have the proper mindset to engage with that person and go full on, if you have to defend yourself, then that's going to be problematic. Okay, you have to have a mindset that tells you, I'm ready to engage and I'm ready to defend myself at all costs. Now, it's that fight, flight, or freeze syndrome that you may go through. Now, one thing that's very unique to females, and in the female animal kingdom, if you will, is that a female will protect her young at all costs. All right. So, Agent Lewis, you brought up a very important point with females and their children. Now, there is no fear at all when it comes down to a female or mother protecting her children, her nieces, her nephews, any small children that's around her, especially if they're her own. There is no fear of injury. There is no fear of death. There is no fear of anything. That mother, that female, will protect her young at all costs. This is the mindset. I call this the maternal mindset. This is the mindset that you must have when you're ready to engage and go hands-on with a person, in a physical assault type of a situation. Okay. So again, the mindset is number one.
Hey, Doc, I don't know if you seen the video. Did you see the video that was trending on the news regarding the mother, the female, that there was a bear that was crawling on the back of her patio, and the mother of the house ran out and pushed the bear over the that's the instinct that you're talking about, push the bear. That was it was crazy to us seeing it, but it wasn't crazy to her as she was protecting her house.
Perfect example. We're bringing that up. You saw in that moment the maternal mindset. To the average person looking at that, yeah, they would think that's crazy. And the reason you're thinking that is because you have time to look at this, analyze this, and think, I wouldn't do that. But in her moment, in that moment of time that she was in, when that bear came up, there was no fear. There is no fear when you're protecting your home, your children, your pet, whatever. You're going to run out there, and the average person looking out from the outside looking in thinks that's crazy. But if you're in that situation, that was the perfect example of what I'm talking about. No fear. And the bear probably could have ripped her to shreds, but you're blocking that out. And that's the mindset you have to have. Perfect.
And you know what, Doctor? Think of when I watched the video from the odds that I have after being trained under Phalanx Training Academy, I've seen so many things and I felt so many things that she was feeling, and she did it so quickly that the bear didn't even know what was going on. It was just that, he didn't know, and normally they're pretty fast, but he had no clue.
Yeah.
He was thrown off.
Yeah, the bear was caught off guard. And again, animals in the animal kingdom and reptile kingdom, they sense when you're afraid. This bear couldn't sense. It happened so fast, I think, to the bear, and the bear couldn't sense any fear in her that he reacted by running away. So again, it's the psychological play that is at play as well. Who's afraid? Because animals can sense if you're scared. There was no fear in her. Perfect.
Absolutely
example.
not. Absolutely not. So let's get to executive protection. What is executive protection, Doc?
Executive protection can be equated to what you might, when you look at the U.S. Secret Service. The U.S. Secret Service is known worldwide for offering what we call close protection to high-profile individuals, such as the President of the United States. All right. Executive protection or executive bodyguarding is the same thing, but only on the civilian side of the house, if you will. Okay, and not so much with the federal government, but on the civilian side. We call that executive protection. And what that is an agent that is specially trained to provide close protection to high profile individuals, such as rich and famous, celebrities from the music and movie industry, corporate executives, foreign dignitaries, very high profile VIPs, if you will. So we have to be, and I will often tell those getting into this profession that this is chess, not checkers. This is a thinking person's game, okay, where you have to stay several steps ahead of a potential attacker. Figure him out, become the attacker within yourself. If I was a bad guy, what would I do? How would I attack this person? So it enables you to stay several steps ahead of the potential attacker.
Awesome. Now, what I want to, because people think, and I know maybe some people have seen them, maybe they haven't, because normally executive protection specialists or agents are normally, like you said, Secret Service, they're plain clothes. So normally people don't see them. So with that said, I want to get into the differences of an EP agent or EP specialist versus a security or bodyguard.
Right. Roger that. And, you know, in the bodyguarding industry, or in the world of security, you have what's called the average bodyguard. Now, again, credit to all of our brothers and sisters that's doing security. This is nothing to take anything away from the bodyguard or the executive protection specialist, but there are some very important factors that separate the two. Mm-hmm. The average bodyguard is someone that let's even go a step further. Let's go back a step before the bodyguard. It may be the bouncer in the club. Okay, you go to a club and you have what's called a bouncer, and the bouncer's main job is to provide security in the club establishment, mm-hmm. to make sure that no one is out of order. And these are generally males, and they're generally large in stature for what we call that visual deterrent. Okay, that intimidating type of a look, because they're big, they're muscular, and the average person looking at that will think, oh, wow, we don't want to start any trouble. So that's that, what we call a visual deterrent. And their main job is to extract anyone that is causing a problem in that club out of the club so that there's no mm-hmm. further problem. The average bodyguard, if you will, if you look at the term itself, the name bodyguard, guarding mm-hmm. someone's body, guarding a person. The general average bodyguard is minimally trained at most. Okay, again, they are generally males, large in stature for the physical intimidation. They may mm-hmm. may have a minimum of training, okay, minimal training, and mm-hmm. that's pretty much about it. Okay. When you compare them to what we call an executive protection specialist or an EP agent, there is mm-hmm. a wide gap in training. The skill set that an executive protection agent brings to the table is much more. Why? Because of how agents are trained. They're trained in doing advances. What is an advance? An advance is going ahead of the client, usually a day or two ahead of time, to make sure that the area that you're going to bring that client into is safe and secure. We call that sanitizing the area. Okay, that's called doing an advance. We must also do a threat assessment. That means we have to sit down with the client and go over the threat that is threatening them. Who is this threat? What is this threat? How have you been threatened? How long have you been threatened? So that we can do our intel and do our research on what we're dealing with. Okay, close quarter mm-hmm. combat or unarmed self-defense. Emergency tactical first aid, okay? Vehicle motorcade and convoy, radio communications. There's so much involved in executive protection that the skill set that we bring to the table warrants a higher profile client, and the type of money that you can earn in this profession. Again, it warrants how much we get paid. Okay, because of what we bring to the table. And this is especially true for female agents. Why? Because this is a male-dominated profession, and female agents are in high demand. That being said, we have a team called Ana Bagisha that I put together. Miss Lewis is a member of Ana Bagisha, codenamed Chameleon. And this is a very, very special team. It is a very highly trained and skilled team of exclusive to women. This is as a matter of fact, Ana Bagisha is the first all-female executive protection team in the United States. And I think we have a video.
We do. Let's see.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at them. Start from the beginning.
Okay.
Okay. little short video clip there.
Yeah, hopefully it was see. I was trying to see if I think we're moving too fast for the hold on 1 second. I think we're moving too fast for the web.
Sound?
I think we are. Yeah. I think we're on top of it. But however, you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't able to see that video, I'll make sure that I put it up on my website a little bit later. However, let's talk about Ana Bagisha. Now, Ana Bagisha is a team of women that it's like a toolbox. You know, when you guys go in, you have your toolbox and it's in your garage or in your car or wherever the case may be. There's so many different tools that are inside this toolbox. I cannot even tell you exactly all the tools in there, but I'll tell you guys, you know that if you're missing a tool that can complete your assignment, you know that you're upset about it. So the tool in this Ana Bagisha team has every tool that you need in the toolbox in regarding securing your event, whether it be 100 people, whether it be 300 people. We have been fully trained under Felix Training Academy and also including with partnership with Class Act Security. You know what, if you have an event and it's an event that you're having for women, women can go places that men cannot. What would happen if you have this female empowering event and you have all these male agents or security team for an event and something happens in a place that is secure to only females? Men can't go there in that instant that something happens. So this has opened the door for female events throughout the world. We know that we are living at a time right now where females are on top of the world. And what I mean by that is meaning that there are so many females that are in primary positions throughout the United States of America, not just here in America, also internationally. So as I go into speaking about Ana Begisha, and how female are in high post positions throughout the world, and they can be protected by women that not just are them, but look like them, and also go into places where men can't go. Phalanx Training Academy is a great training academy for those who want to learn how to become a female agent, like myself, as well as men as well. The Phalanx Training Academy has it has executive protection specialists throughout the world. So, Dr. Holyfield, I'm going to let you in and talk about where EP execs that have been birthed out of Phalanx Training Academy are throughout the world.
Well, I think the best way we can really show that to you is we have another video, and let's show the history of Phalanx, because Phalanx Training Academy is worldwide. We have agents all over the United States that have graduated this academy. We have agents in over 70 countries worldwide. So this is an academy that has a very rich history. So if we may, Ms. Lewis, Agent Lewis, I'll ask you to play the Phalanx, and then that way everyone can see, and then I'll further discuss.
Okay, let's get to it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another video for you. I hope you guys can see this, and if you can't, I will make sure I post it later on. Nice.
Well, that one played well.
It did.
So that kind of gives you an overall of what Phalanx Training Academy is all about. Again, a full service training academy, but again, specializing in executive protection.
I was getting kind of, I'll be totally honest with you. I was getting kind of hyped up because the moment of just being there in the room of a diverse team of professional people, it's, man, I'm telling you, I'm ready to have camp tomorrow, to be honest with you. It's not anything to, for real, it's not anything to just blow over, because I will say this, Doc, it's truly an enlightening experience. The training, the workouts, the PT, the knowledge, the collaboration with people of a diversity of just different walks of life is truly a melting pot of highly trained professional men and women that come from all around the United States to be a part of Phalanx Training Academy. I mean, it's just like a unified family of uniqueness.
Right. And the academy continues to grow by leaps and bounds. Whenever I see that video, it brings back memories of just how far we've come, how much work, blood, sweat, and tears have been put into this academy that has helped build its reputation worldwide to what it has become today. So when you look at those photos, you're going all the way back to at least 2008, 2009, to where we are today. So it has grown to be one of the top training academies in the United States and worldwide.
Rightfully so, and it deserves every bit of it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that you don't want to, if you're thinking about getting into the field of, of EP or executive protection specialist, this will be the place to go. Now, Doc, before we go out, I know you have some things planned for today. I don't want to hold you long. Just wanted to make sure that we got all the information out about the executive protection specialist career, as well as the close quarter combat. Now, what I want to talk about really quick is post-pandemic, there were a lot of things that were on hold, meaning that a lot of people were told to stay indoors and didn't get a chance to go out to do anything. Now that the sky is opening up, should I say, for venues, concerts, and just for a lot of things, schools as well, there's a lot of things that are going to be on the arise as well. And now we're talking about just things just going off the fly now. People are going out in droves to be a part of these concerts, and artists are coming out of the woodwork, trying to regain their income, as well as people just trying to regain their entertainment and their outdoor life. How important is it right now that people would invest in the proper security for their event, for the amount of people that they have, and not only for the event, however, for their artists and the actor, and for that primary person that could be that target of any type of hostility?
Well, event security and artist protection and security for the artists themselves has always been paramount. Okay, it has always been an important issue. I think what we're going to see now, since COVID-19, the pandemic has had everyone kind of restricted to their homes and just kind of locked in. People want to get out. So what you're going to see now, especially this year, this summer, you're going to see an overabundance of people coming out to these concert events, outdoor events, because people are ready to come back out and enjoy themselves. They're ready to live a quote unquote normal life, if you will. So the concert venues and events are going to see a mass influx of people coming to these events. That being said, security again is going to be at an utmost importance. And I'm talking, when I say security, I'm talking across the board. Armed security guards, unarmed security guards, executive protection specialists. It's going to open up a lot of doors, not just here in Georgia or in the great city of Atlanta, but all over the United States. Okay. So we're going to see a mass influx of a lot of people And again, protection is very important. So we're going to be out there doing what we do.
And Doc, I just want to piggyback off of something that you said now, and it's not, and like you said, it's not just Atlanta. And right now, what's happening is a lot of mainstream artists and mainstream actors and things like that. They don't want to just be in a place that's already populated with a lot of activity. They may want to go to some small cities in town so it won't be as populated, so it can be a little bit more secure. So don't think of it as just being that people want to go to Atlanta or to New York or to California. I mean, your town, your little old town that you live in right now may decide, well, hey, we're going to bring, we're going to take our concert or our event to your town. How are you going to secure your town for something that you've never seen before? How are you going to do that? And do you have the right avenues to make sure that the venue is secured properly? And not only that, do you have a team of professionals that know exactly what they need to do to make sure that the artist or the speaker is protected from the time they get off the plane to the event and back home? So it's not just the big cities, Doc, we're talking about here.
Absolutely. And you brought up some important points. You have to be proactive. We have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Okay. And this is very, very important. So there's an old saying in EP, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So that being said, you have a small venue, a small town, do your pre-planning. Okay. Be proactive in your thinking. What do I need to protect this venue? What do I need to protect the artist? How many people are going to be coming to my event? Is this going to be an outdoor event? Is it going to be an indoor event? If it's an indoor event, am I going to have some sort of access control as people come into the event? I'm going to have magnetometers. We're going to be searching people with magnetometer wands, this, that, and the other. How are we going to play this? Okay, so that you have a solid game plan, before your event arrives.
And Doctor, and you hit on, I think we're playing like badminton here or chess. We're playing chess here with this interview. Now, what I do want to acknowledge too, now that we were in the pandemic, and there has become a lot more CEOs of companies. They've been birthed at home because they were home. People were at home building companies.
Sure.
Now, someone that may be a CEO of a company may not think of themselves as being a person that could be of an attack. But so I want to clarify that CEO right now, or I want to ease that thought of the CEO or open the minds of that CEO right now that is now become a business owner, entrepreneur. What do they need to understand when it comes to properly needing security for themselves and for their families at this point?
Well, I think everyone, just on a general scale, everyone should exercise what we call environmental or situational awareness. Always be aware of what's going on around you. It's like having a radar going on around your head. Be aware of dangers and things going on around you at all times. Now, the .com, we call them the .com CEOs or .com millionaires and entrepreneurs, and those that have done very well on the computer, if you will, during the pandemic. Again, you're creating a certain personal status about yourself that could make you even more vulnerable to an attack than you were before you got that status. And it magnifies itself if you're on social media and the world is able to see you, what you've accomplished, how much you're worth, if you will, which could make you even more of a target, because now the bad guys have seen who you are, what you look like, and now when you go out into public, you could be even more of a target. So again, there's that situational awareness, there's that environmental awareness. Be aware of everything that's going on around you. And if you need additional security or you need to hire executive protection agents or whatnot, then that's certainly available to you and what we offer through Phalanx.
Doc, I want to I'm talking about that person that's not even aware that that they could be attacked. A lot of times, people, you know, they start these companies. They're just like, oh, well, I started this company, and that's it, and not know that they're valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And what should be some of the tips that they should think about when they're thinking about hiring an executive protection specialist? And not only that, what should they be expecting, and what should the executive protection specialist be expecting from the person that wants to hire them?
Well, again, you know, you should keep in mind that everyone is suspect. Everyone that you come in contact with or that you're around in general public could be a potential attacker. Okay. So that being said, you just have to be mindful of that, you know, and again, be proactive and stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So, you know, if you're a licensed firearm carrier and you like to carry a firearm, be it a firearm or a taser or pepper spray, you should have maybe those units on you as well, or those devices as well, you know, and even seeking training for yourself, self-defense training, less lethal weapon training, how to properly use a taser, pepper spray, how to properly deploy those units. You know what I mean? And just keeping safe, generally safe in everything that you do and everywhere that you go.
Absolutely amazing. So, Doc, I know you just got finished with a graduate's class. When is the next training coming up?
Good question. If you're interested in executive protection, I would again urge you to get the website scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Go to the website and click on executive protection. The executive protection is split into 2 phases, 4 days of online training, 6 days of hands-on training. Hands-on training. Now, the online training is conducted every month, and the next online class is set for June 26th through the 29th, which is coming up, I believe, next week. They usually run from a Saturday to a Tuesday, and they run from 11 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. in the evening, online. There's a lot of academic work that we need to do. So we get all of that out of the way first, and then in November, and that's going to be November 13th through the 18th, will be on-site training, and that will be held in Atlanta at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel in Atlanta. We will do a lot of training there and out on location, but it is a full executive protection training that covers all aspects of executive protection training. So again, I would urge you to go to the website, click on executive protection. Ladies, if you're interested in female executive protection, or possibly even seeing if you've got what it takes to earn a spot on a Begisha, you should go to the website and click on EP Women. Click on the link EP Women, and that will give you the everything that you need to know on female executive protection, registering for that course, and possibly making the team.
Amazing. Well, Doc, I know you got a lot. And the last thing I want you to do, Doc, this is positive vibes. So you got to roll out of here with some positive vibes regarding Phalanx Training Academy and the power of EP.
Phalanx Training Academy and the power of EP. Well, I'll start with the last question first. The power of EP is, again, having well-trained, well-skilled, focused individuals on your team to protect you and to keep you safe. Okay. And as far as Phalanx Training Academy, our reputation speaks for us. Okay. Our reputation precedes us. So go online, go on Google. You can Google the Academy. Do your research. Do your research, as a lot of people have done. And I will tell you, a lot of people that have done their research on EP training, something has always brought them back to Phalanx Training Academy as being the one that they want to go with. So again, we'll let our reputation speak for us on that note.
Sounds great, Doc. It was truly a blessing and a pleasure to have you on this morning on Positive Vibes. I'm sure this is going to hit the airways like white on rice and flame on fire. You know, we hope to see you guys watching. If you want to be a part of the Phalanx Training Academy EP team, go to the website, register, and we hope to see you at the close quarter combats for all those. There's some special guests that's going to be there. There's the Eventbrite that's going to be posted on my page, as well as the Phalanx Training Academy page for all those who enjoyed this broadcast. And if you have any more questions, go to the website to have questions answered by the team of Phalanx Training Academy. Have a blessed Friday, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers. Happy Father's Day to you, Doc.
Thank you.
Great weekend. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye.